If I can kindly ask everybody in the room to make their way to their seats. Good evening, everybody. If I can kindly ask you to make your way to your seats, that would be greatly appreciated. The formal program is going to start shortly. Just a gentle reminder for everybody to make their way to their tables, find a seat or refreshment, and we will start in the next 5 minutes. Good evening to all of our guests this evening. If you are still in the holding room or in the foyer area, could I kindly ask you to make your way inside the main venue? Please will you find your table and be seated. We'll get started with the formal part of our program shortly. If you're outside the venue, please make your way inside, find your table and get seated and comfortable. We'll be starting the formal program in the next 5 minutes. everybody. If I could kindly ask them to make their way to their seats. Good evening, everybody. Good evening. I see the excitement in the room is still palpable. Hello, everybody. And if you're still outside, we'll give you just a few minutes to make your way in and find your table. I see some group photos are happening in the back of the room as well. That's always an indication that we're going to have a good time. But if I could ask for your attention and we can get started with the formal part of today's program. Good evening, everybody. There we go. I love it. I'm not offended at all by the noise. I just think it's everyone excited to wrap up what I believe has been an exciting convention, culminating in today's gala dinner and the awards ceremony. So if we can just give everyone who's still standing a few moments to find their seats, and we can get going with today's program. If you've enjoyed the music with the live band, will you give them a round of applause, please? They are going to be with us for the duration of the night. Good evening, everybody. It is my absolute pleasure to be with you today as you celebrate the ABASA annual convention. So they told me the best part of the 3-day program is tonight, the gala dinner and the awards evening. My name is Zizo Twete, and I'm going to be navigating you through today's program. I have it on good authority. Our ABASA past president, Mr. Ashley, said, if I order a round of shooters for everyone, then it'll be a real party. Do I have your permission to do so? We might do that a little later on in the evening. So thank you for honoring the dress code as well. I see the ladies have showed up proper in their African black ties. So you look all fabulous. A round of applause for the ladies as well. Stunning. So I won't be long on the stage over here, but I would like to maybe do a few welcomes, and then we can get started with today's program. We'd like to welcome the ABASA presiding president, the founding president of ABASA, as well as past presidents all here this evening. We want to welcome the governor of the South African Reserve Bank, who will be giving us our keynote address a little bit later in the evening. To all government dignitaries that are here, you are certainly most welcome. I'd like to acknowledge the ABASA MOU partners and stakeholders, to all the sponsors that are here, the ABASA Executive Board, stalwarts, and branch leadership, and of course to every single one of our esteemed guests. You are certainly all most welcome here today. Perhaps just a few house rules and we can get underway. If your devices are not on silent, this is a gentle reminder to please do so that when our speakers are on stage, we don't have any interruptions and we can hear every one of the valuable insights that they'll be sharing with us this evening. For anyone who will need the restrooms, they will be back out through the foyer. Please look for the signage and feel free to be able to do that. There are a few of you that are sitting just in and around the camera areas. Could I ask you to be mindful, please, when you get up, don't bump yourself, and as you cross, make sure that you're not in the way. We're also going to be live streaming today. It really is exciting to be celebrating not only what this organization stands for, what it has achieved, and possibly more excitingly, what the future holds for ABASA as well. And so as the combination of speakers come onto the stage today, we will get a clear picture of that. But it seems that you have done a lot of the hard work already over the last number of days. So today, really, I encourage you to show up in your celebratory mood, and we can celebrate with our colleagues who have excelled in the different areas that will be acknowledged this evening. But perhaps to do a formal welcome, as we are hosted in the beautiful province of the Western Cape, could you join me in welcoming onto the stage the chairperson of ABASA Western Cape, Lazola Momo.
Greetings, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's an honor for me to welcome you to the gala dinner and the awards ceremony of the ABASA Annual Convention of 2022. Lazola is my name, Momo is my surname. As announced, I am the chairperson of ABASA Western Cape. As the unofficial host, actually, we say, welcome to the real host, National, Madam President. Together with your team, we welcome you to Western Cape. We'll also like to take this opportunity to welcome our keynote speaker, the Governor of the Reserve Bank, Mr. Leseja. The first time I met Mr. Leseja in person was in 2004. I was a first-year trainee attending an ABASA event. At that time, he was the DG, and Mr. Trevor Manuel, I think, was the finance minister, and Tito was then the Reserve Bank governor. So you are welcome. I've looked around and I see, but throughout the event, I've noted that in our presence, we welcome number 1, number 2, number 6, 7, and 8. I know number 12 is around. I haven't seen him this evening, but also 13, 14, and 16, you are welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, those who missed the past 2 days, you'll know those are our presidents who have graced us. As Zizo has mentioned as well, we humbly welcome our stakeholders and our sponsors, but above all else, we welcome everyone today. The theme is driving leadership excellence. And throughout the days, I thought I would want to understand what does that mean. So I didn't get anything during the golf day. I didn't really get much during the business in Daba. I didn't get much during the plenaries. And then I was saying, oh, what am I going to prepare? Where am I going to find it? And then, fortunately for me, I took hold of Unshackled. Compliments of our number 1. And this is what it tells us that driving leadership excellence is about. There's no room for complacency. Complacency leads to stagnation. Equally important, this is now speaking to management and control environment. Equally important, management must be seen to embrace the values and principles of the company. We must understand that we live in a moral universe. Martin Luther King Jr. said, "We shall overcome because the arc of the moral universe is long, but it bends towards justice." We must learn to take a much longer, multi-generational view. Talent is equally dispersed across race, gender, and geography, and because that's very key and very important to me, currently I will repeat it. Talent is equally dispersed across race, gender, and geography. Don't be concerned about the accident of your birth. Discover your talent and make the most of it. Learn from the past, but don't remain trapped in the past. You won't recognize your opportunity if you remain trapped in the past. Unshackle your body and mind and embrace change. Learn from failure and don't make any excuses. Take responsibility, hold yourself accountable, and try to do better the next time. You can learn from anyone regardless of their background or social status. You do yourself a disservice if you think you can only learn from the rich and powerful. Aspire to be authentic. Avoid pretense. Be who you are, and you'll draw kindred spirits towards you. Have a grateful spirit and remember that greed is insatiable. Most importantly, and we all need it, have a sense of humor. See the funny side of things and laugh out loud. And being number 1, I think he forgot, it's just LOLO. So ladies and gentlemen, I would like to say again, welcome. Julle is welkom. Namkelekile. Entshonalanga Koloni. Having read from Unshackled, there's many more. And taking these to say, these are the things that show that you are driving leadership excellence. on behalf of Western Cape Committee, the ExCom members with which I will consult with and get my recognized approval as number 12 had said on Friday, we're putting a challenge to all the other branches. We will buy books for all our student chapter leaders so that they get to see what driving leadership is all about. And we put the challenge up to Tshwane and Joburg, Free State, KZN, and Limpopo. As well as the Eastern Cape, number 13, it's noted. So, ladies and gentlemen, enjoy today.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. I love that laughter is in the mix, because that's always a good thing to have in the combination. You've also mentioned with Lazola just the fact that people can learn from multiple generations, and that's always valuable, to take the insights that have been established from those who have walked the path, but to remain open to innovations that come and to add value into the organization. So I love that that's something that you've mentioned. And that, I suppose, speaks to the next part, where we look into the importance of strategic partnerships. If you want to go somewhere, you have to have people who see the vision, who can add value, who understand what you'd like to do, and perhaps can pull you closer in that direction, or at least encourage you in that direction. So on that point, I'd like to welcome the SAPRO co-CEO, speaking on behalf of the headline sponsor for this evening, Mr. Dario Grassini. Over to you, sir.
Thank you. Just want to say how amazing I think everybody looks tonight. Really amazing, beautiful crowd here. So thank you for the opportunity to speak with you today. It was Nelson Mandela who said, "We can change the world and make it a better place. It's in our hands to do it." It is such a special privilege to be in a room with people and organizations that take it in their own hands to make the world a better place. I would like to extend our deepest respect and appreciation to everybody from ABASA, the presidents and the board, the founding president, Jeff Van Rooyen, past presidents and stalwarts, national and provincial leadership, the governor of the Reserve Bank, CEOs of accounting firms and organizations like the AGSA, representatives of national and international accounting bodies, including our brothers and sisters joining us from the USA at NABA. Tonight, I want to acknowledge and congratulate ABASA for the change the organization is enabling, for the excellent work it is doing and has done under the inspiring leadership of Linda Magoma, my president, and the past presidents. To grow the number of black accountants in South Africa, for promoting the professional interests of black accountants, for increasing the participation and the leadership of women in the profession, and for convening the various organizations, corporates, and educational institutions here to come together to solve the common challenges and uplift our communities. I also want to congratulate all the award winners tonight for their commitment, professionalism, and the leadership excellence that they bring. Everyone deserves a pathway, and tonight we celebrate your journey and how each of you inspires others by having ambitious dreams and then putting in the hard work to go and accomplish them. You truly inspire us. SAPRO is extremely proud to be the headline sponsor tonight. As we all know, accounting professionals have many important roles to play in the development of South Africa. To achieve the growth of the economy that this country desperately needs, we must help businesses and the government plan for the future and make sound financial decisions and benefit all of our citizens. Our profession is driven by integrity, objectivity, competence, confidentiality, and professional behavior. And we recognize our responsibility for building and protecting the trust across all institutions from financial to governmental. ABASA's ultimate focus, the creation of a robust, diverse pipeline of talent and leadership for the future, is a matter of national importance. They don't sit back, they're doing it. This pursuit is in line with what SAPRO's commitment to diversity and inclusion, which are integral to everything that we do. We believe that our employees and the broader profession should reflect the diversity of all the communities that we serve. Our goal is to strengthen, grow, and build a better industry and contribute towards society and the economy through our value proposition, as well as by acting on all of our promises. SAPRO is honored to be here tonight, to have a close relationship to ABASA, and we are grateful for what you are doing to change the profession and shape a better future for all. If we are just a drop in the ocean, we cannot implement the change that we need. But joining together, we can be a part of a tidal wave of change. So thank you, and congratulations again to all the winners.
Thank you very much, sir. I love that you're mentioning as well that part of what we can mark as significant and important growth is the inclusion for more space for women to take leadership positions. I think we can all agree and give a round of applause to that point. What is exciting for me to see as well is just the representation of all forms and walks and spaces of South Africa gathered here today, because even as professionals, I don't think you can separate those dreams of the communities that you come from, that we've been raised in, that we've been a part of. And so when these decisions are reflected, not only in the boardrooms, but also on the ground, that really is making some solid headway. Sisi, sikuvulela indlela kanjalo ke mongamelikazi. Please will you welcome onto the stage the National President for ABASA, Ulinda Maqoma.
I always like to start and say, when you start late, it's great. It means I have to talk for less. Thank you. However, I always like to also say that we don't like to start late. So just to apologize, we did have some technical difficulties, but we are here, we are live. And I really, just looking at this room, for me, is such an honor. Because the work that goes into getting this together is unimaginable. But to see you look so beautiful, all my stakeholders, I'm seeing SAICA there, ACCA there, CIMA, hey, there's so many of you now, so I can't even name all of you. But really the coming together of all of you here is amazing. Thank you very much. I want to recognize my past presidents that are in the room. Hey, they were calling each other in numbers the whole convention. But I particularly want to recognize my number one, President Jeff. For me, I mean, it was not a announced, sort of theme or a thing, but just your presence and watching you and everything you did over the 3 days. At the golf, I mean, he loves golf, guys. But he literally was running around carrying boxes and, sacrificed teeing off first because the organization needed him. And I think that speaks to what ABASA is about, President, and thank you for what you did. And this is who our past presidents are and our stalwarts. People can roll up their sleeves. So from number 1 to number 17, who are here tonight, thank you very much, my presidents. Your support means a lot. To the national leadership of ABASA that is here, we come from like Joburg to come and do this in Cape Town. Please give yourself a round of applause, because without you, we couldn't do this. And to my branches, guys, I'm so proud to say that all of our branches are represented tonight. So can you just stand, Gauteng, Joburg, Tshwane, Limpopo, please stand, guys, don't be shy, Cape Town. Yes, there's the leadership. We are truly national, and we are represented, and we're proud to be here. To our stakeholders in the room, I can't emphasize enough that without you, ABASA cannot do what it does. So Dario, as you headline this particular dinner, and you have taken so much time to ask ABASA, what do you need to move? And anything we asked for, you were there. Thank you for setting the tone and an example. And to say that transformation needs us all, and it's inclusive. And you see, no, he's not brown, that one, but he understands it. But I'm particularly using this example, Dario, and you know, you're more than just the CEO of SAPRO, you have become a friend, you know, and you're a friend to me and you're a friend to ABASA. But it's the challenge that sometimes even our own people don't support us in the way that you do. And I want to emphasize how important it is that you have partnered with us, and I thank you very much. I don't want to turn this into a thank you, but I always like to thank the people that do the hard work. To the back office, I even said it was really hard this past 3 days. My assistant, who is really finger on the pulse, had to not be here with us because she had a family bereavement. But the work that is going behind the scenes, ABASA back office, to the SAPRO team that came on board and helped, to everybody that was like, Madam Prez, what do you need? And that goes from the presidents to the students. And the students are here in the room, and that's what's so powerful. And I want to recognize the young people here. And particularly the young people, because as ABASA, we now have a crisis in terms of education. We have 3 strategic pillars: education, transformation, and economic participation. I am always of the view that if we do not fix the grassroots, there's no point for us to be even thinking about some of the things that we are talking about. Talk about pass rates. The chairman of SAICA is here, you know, every year. But if we don't go back to basics, we are going to literally, it's a ticking time bomb. So with all the stakeholders here, I do implore that when ABASA calls out and says, let's do something about the education system in this country, let's get together and fix the grassroots. Let's get kids to be aware of the opportunities that exist and what they need to do to take those opportunities with both hands, that you all rally behind this organization and for the black child. I think in closing, I'd just like to say, on behalf of ABASA, that tonight is really an indication that the theme we have declared for the next 3 years, which is driving leadership excellence through inclusive social accountability, is coming to life. When we see all of you in the room, when we see all of you come together for a cause, we know that there's hope in this country. And we have been, you know, there was a clarion call today that ABASA, you are a sleeping giant, but you are a giant. And you must stand up and be the voice when others are not making the right noises about things. So we have owned that, and we accept that challenge, and would like to say that with you, we want to address these issues and stand up on behalf of transformation and the challenges in this country. So in closing, driving leadership excellence has been the theme for this convention. We are all excellent in our own right. But my challenge to you is that in our excellence, and I always say that in this room there is so much privilege, I cannot leave the stage without reminding us of our responsibility. Can we all remember that as we sit here today and enjoy all this amazing food, I know that the ticket prices were quite high, but they're for a good cause. but to say you don't leave it here. May you leave here inspired to do something in your own right and not wait for ABASA to do it. And we will rally behind that. And with that, welcome, thank you, and enjoy the night.
Thank you very much, Madam President. I'm sure everyone has got something of value just to sort of support her in that statement that she has made here. Could I invite you all to enjoy your main meal? The entertainment will be with us as well throughout the course of the afternoon, or rather evening. And when we come back, we will step into the awards part of tonight. So go ahead and enjoy your mains. And if you are vegetarian, please could I ask you just to flag it to the wait staff, and we'll make sure that you have your food. See you shortly.
One, two, three.